After almost 2 years of consistently eating a carnivore diet and losing 80 pounds, I thought I could be strong enough to get back into the food and beverage industry. I was wrong. Hey everybody, welcome back to Carnivore Quest. Cassie here. For those of you new to the channel, my husband Larry and I have been on YouTube documenting our journey for over 3 years. We're looking to regain our health, lose some weight, and get our lives back. So far, so great. Let's start off today with a little mental clarity trivia. Who produces the most chicken in the United States? Is it A. Tyson, B. Purdue, or C. Sanderson Farms? Put your best guess in the comments below and I'll give you the answer here shortly. But before we get to that, I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video, LMNT. LMNT's a delicious electrolyte drink mix that comes in these single serving packets. Today I'm enjoying the raw and flavored while I do some cooking. But tonight I'll be enjoying one of the 3 flavors in LMNT's new chocolate medley. Designed to be enjoyed hot, the chocolate mint, chocolate raspberry, and new chocolate chai turn any cup of water into carnivore hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Each individual packet contains 1,000 milligrams sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Larry and I know from experience that if we don't get in enough electrolytes, we experience headaches and horrible leg cramps. As always, LMNT's offering our viewers a free sample pack with any LMNT order. That's 8 free single serving packets with any order. So when your new chocolate medley arrives, you can try everything that LMNT has to offer before your next order. So warm up this winter using our link below at drinklmnt.com/carnivore quest. And remember, the chocolate medley is available for a limited time only. So head on down to drinklmnt.com/carnivore quest and get yours today. And LMNT has top-notch customer service. If for any reason you're not 100% satisfied, keep the product and receive a full refund. Thanks again, LMNT, for sponsoring today's video. Larry usually makes you wait around forever for the answer to the mental clarity trivia. I'm going to give it to you right now. The answer is A. Tyson chicken. I'm at my new job. I took on a role as assistant general manager at a brewery. We'll be serving beer, spirits, wine, and food.
No, 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 no! No, no, no! No, no!
The wine and the beer and the hard drinks, I am not concerned with at all. However, in my role, I'm going to have to taste the food. I'm going to test my strength here. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. I leave and I find another job. Here's my concern. It's almost like a catch-22. It's gonna be so interesting to see how well I can do. So many of our subscribers, they work in bakeries, they're in the food and beverage industry, they work for factories making food and they can take those types of things home. And so many have reported that they don't touch the food. I thought, if they can do it, I can do it. Here we go. Let's see what happens. I'm not feeling this job. Not at all. Too stressful. Too many temptations. I don't know. We'll see. I didn't quite make it in food and beverage. Being a food addict, I thought I was strong enough to make it in that field. Well, it ended up that I really had to help recreate the menu. My plan was to chew and spit any of the food or beverage that I was going to try. I should have listened to my gut. Everything about this job told me that I should not be in it. And I really just wanted to prove it to myself that as a carnivore, as a food addict, that I could withstand the temptations. I did okay. I could have done a lot worse. Any other diet, and when I say the word diet, I mean your food and beverage intake. I've tried veganism, paleo, Mediterranean, Weight Watchers, calorie reduction, even fen-phen. And I would do great for 3 or 4 months. And after I've lost the weight, I'd have a meal or two. I'd go right back to my old ways. I'd stumble, I'd fall, and I could not get back up. And that's the difference with carnivore. When Larry and I first started our channel and we fell once, then twice, etc., we would fall hard for months on end. It was very difficult to get back up, and we would eat anything and everything in sight. What I can say went differently about this job was although I did fall, I guess, yeah, I did fall, but I never stayed down. Now, I did find myself stress eating because being a manager of a fairly large restaurant where you're in charge of 40 plus people, it's stressful. I gotta tell you, I had never been more stressed out by any job in my entire life. And I worked on a craps table with over $500,000 in play, with all eyes on you, anything from your box person to your supervisor, to the pit manager, shift manager, and of course, the ever watching eye in the sky. It was that was pretty stressful times too, because you really could not make a mistake. There were a lot of eyes on you, but this, let me tell you, this is a different beast. And I found that with all of that stress, people calling in, people not showing up, people showing up late, giving you some lame excuse why they couldn't make it into work because they're having their cycle or because their kid took their first poop. I don't know. But there were 1,000,001 excuses, and I got stressed out pretty easily. The kitchen was no help. I literally recreated several items on that menu, and in order to do that, I had to taste it all. And one bite turned into another, and then into another, and then a meal. And then I found myself eating the French fries, of all things, eating French fries. Oh my gosh, that are deep fried in garbage. Needless to say, it wasn't easy. And I did try. I gave it the old college try, and I failed miserably. I said I was going to fake it until you make it, or faith it until you make it, as my good friend Joyce would say. I didn't do great. And here I am, shredding chicken when I should be on BBBE. And I'm satisfied with the decision that I had to make because, stress creates cortisol. And I still drink coffee with cream, and coffee creates cortisol as well. So I could only imagine what my cortisol levels were. And I woke up every day with the mindset, okay, you got this. Don't worry about it. It's no problem. And I would fall short. They'd put a plate in front of me. Here, try this. Oh, we're going to put this on the menu for brunch. I'd see pancakes and other things that just had no business going into my mouth. But it is what it is. I did what I did. One thing I can say about this diet, remember, food and drink intake, and trying for as long as I have. Now, mind you, Larry and I, we've been in the low carb spectrum almost 9 years. We've been trying this for 9 years, and we're having the most success that we've ever had. No, I'm not at a goal weight. Yes, I'm okay with that. For the simple fact that I have lost 80 pounds. I went to the store today and I lifted this 40-pound box of cat litter. That's a lot of weight. I thought, wow, that's heavy. That's really heavy. Well, I've lost double that. I couldn't imagine carrying around 2 boxes of that cat litter. That's the weight I've lost. But not only lost, I've maintained it. So no, I've not had miraculous results like some. Although I like to think that my results are pretty miraculous. I've maintained this weight loss for a year now, and I'm very happy with that. Yeah, I'd like to reach my goal, and yeah, I'll get there. But, one day at a time, one step at a time. I'm not the type of person who's made it on the first run or the second run, or, I'm working on our 3rd run here. So I did, in fact, put myself in harm's way, and I also removed myself from it too. So I figured I'm going to have a solid 45 days of the BBBE challenge that we're on right now. And I intend to go the full 60 after this chicken. This is my transition. We would do keto or ketovore as a transition meal from coming off of a sad binge. This is my transition meal. And you know what? I even feel a little bit guilty about it. I'm like, you should be straight up BBBE. And it's not exactly that way. So I am eating chicken. Oh, the horror. But I'm going to add some bacon to it to give it a little additional flavor. For those of you who have not tried the chicken soup, I'm going to have Larry link it up in the description because it's absolutely amazing. Now, this has a little more seasoning and flavoring than I would normally make. Usually it's just salt, water, and chicken. Again, I'm transitioning. I'm allowing myself that, and it's okay. Eating that food was not okay. And I learned my lesson, and I learned it the hard way. But I didn't put on any weight. I had some inflammation and I've been draining for a few days now. And I feel much better. And I miss my community. Working 60-hour work weeks, 6 days a week, it just left me little time for myself, let alone our community. And I was just doggone tired. I was wiped out. And I'm sure a lot of that had to do with some of the garbage food that I was eating. But here we are, shredding chicken for chicken soup as a transition meal. And I'm back, guys. I'm back. Again, on the hunt for a job, and we'll see what happens. So I don't know. I've been looking around. I think I'd be perfectly happy working at a craft store or a grocery store. Get in good with the butcher, get some free fat trimmings. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I'll never, and I do mean never, unless my family is starving and it's the only job that's available, I will never get back into food and beverage. I just can't do it. I'm a food addict. I had no business being in it in the first place, and there was a reason for it. Exactly what? Don't know. And it doesn't matter. I'm not going to try and figure out why. So I chose health and wellness over a salary. For brisket, for me. I just want to encourage those of you who are in fact dealing with lack of support at home, or you're still struggling in your addiction, that if you fall, it's okay. Give yourself a little grace and get back up. Because I promise you, every time you get back up, it's going to be easier to get back up and easier to say no. And the way I look at it is, one day I'll never say yes. It's going to be meat only, and the cheat for me is maybe going to be some vegetables. But right now, I am very much looking forward to this chicken soup. So I guess the moral of the story here is, we're not perfect. We're never going to be perfect. And don't put yourself in a situation where you think you might handle it, but you're a little bit uncertain about it. Listen to your gut. I should have listened to mine, and I didn't. But instead, I listened to a bank account. I saw my bank account getting bigger, and I was quite content with that. And I sacrificed. I sacrificed my time, my joy, and my health. There you go. Really, I just wanted to give y'all a little update as to what I'm dealing with. Larry and I, we're not coaches. We're not influencers, as some people like to put it. We're not. All we're doing is documenting our journey. We're not perfect. And we are definitely working through some things. And you know what? I have to say, he's down 100 pounds. I'm down 80 pounds. And we've kept it off. We're doing something right. Maybe not in everybody's eyes. And that's cool. We're not everybody's cup of tea. Or a cup of chicken soup. If you've only been on carnivore for a short time and you've fallen, you've been down that hole for a little while, just keep getting back up and you're going to be successful. No matter what your measure of success is, whether it's weight loss, health gains, energy. A lot of people are curing illness and disease, and this truly is the way. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. I really have missed you. And I'm thinking a live is in order. Maybe a members only live. Maybe I can get around to doing that tomorrow or the next day. So I'm back. Remember, no sugar, no carbs, and no cheating. Love y'all. That'll work. That'll definitely work. Meaty goodness.